But the danger here is the leveraged people, people who are really heavily leveraged um, are the concern. You know, you meet a guy and he starts telling you stock. He bought 100 shares of stock, and he thinks he's Warren Buffett, you know, because he's made $1,000 on 100 shares. Uh, it's it's some of the pros are starting to feel like maybe it's getting frothy. We're getting into October. October's always a crazy kind of month anyway. I'm looking down. I want to see what losses I could take against gains I have. So I got some of those. It's time to manage the realized and unrealized portion of the book.
I look at, I think about things that Dennis Gartman used to say many years ago. And one of them was when the generals are retreating, when the stocks that really started to make the move start retreating, the market is in danger. Right? And we haven't seen that yet, but we're getting close. And the other is that when you see money going from strong hands to weak hands, that's a sign. We're talking about these younger people coming in, people that, as you say, highly leveraged coming into the market. I just think it's time to be careful. That's all.
Well, I think that's the key to the market, leverage. If we're in a leveraged market, and it's hard to tell, it really is hard to tell,
Yeah,
but if we're in a leveraged market, the stocks are in weak hands.
yeah,
And I don't think that, I haven't seen weak hands here throughout this whole rally. Retail has been long, 401ks have been long by the dip, and the changes in fiscal policy have been really driving a lot of optimism, and correctly so. So we've got, I used to like to say the difference between structural uh, and temporary. And we got a lot of structural good things happening here, structurally good things. But temporarily, if this economy is starting to suffer a little bit, look, the labor numbers are crazy. Do we even know what the labor situation looks like? We're exporting people, we're throwing people out of the country. Those are jobs. Um, those are restaurant jobs too, you know? Um, it's a very difficult time, but I think you're nuts if you don't have protection on.
hmm
You need some protection here.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. And pick your sectors, and buy your puts in your sectors, and spend a little money. It's insurance. Like you have car insurance and house insurance and life insurance. You buy some puts, and it's insurance. It's that
I
simple.
explained that to somebody one time. I was giving a seminar with Ken, and we were explaining options, and Ken was talking about options. Some guy raised his hand and said, "Well, if you keep losing money on premiums and the premiums expire, why is that good?" And Ken said, "Well, it's a fair question." It was a woman that asked the question, and he said, "Do you have fire insurance?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Did your house burn down?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh my God, was anybody hurt?" "Yeah, my mother." And he was just digging himself worse and worse.
Well, never mind. Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts going on?
Uh, yeah, I don't know what's driving gold to this level. It seems to me that these are long-term positions that are just being bought and put away. They're not part of the day-to-day liquidity mix.